So today I'm going to be talking about sustainable fashion, as I often do. Fashion is one of the most harmful, unethical, environmentally detrimental industries. A lot of people, myself included, are guilty of buying into this cycle of consumerism where fast fashion is taking over the clothing industry. Fast fashion is kind of a buzzword used to refer to those clothing companies that are constantly producing new styles and forcing them out into stores, making consumers feel like they have to update their style basically every week. Now, obviously, a system like this results in a lot of unwanted and unused clothing, which then ends up in landfills. But it goes beyond that. In order to make the clothes at places like Zara, H&M, Forever 21 so cheap, the people who work in the factories where the textiles and clothes are made are often paid little to nothing. This phenomenon is not exclusive to cheaper brands. They often work in very dangerous environments, and a lot of the workers tend to be women and children. Since people are finally starting to notice that this is an issue we have, newer sustainable brands are coming out. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a few trendy pieces from everybody's favorite brands and replacing them with some sustainable alternatives. Basically, I'm doing this video to prove that there are sustainable brands out there who still care about being trendy, which seems counterintuitive. Obviously, yes, the most sustainable option would be to have a very minimalist wardrobe and just wear that for years and years and years and years until the fabric literally falls apart. But since a lot of people are not willing to commit to that, myself included, I think it's really great that these other brands are coming out with fun pieces that, maybe you won't keep for the rest of your life, but they're at least making less of a terrible environmental impact, and the workers who made those clothes are getting paid a fair wage. So the first item I have here is the pleated skirt from Brandy Melville, the Dana skirt. And you can see that it is $26, which is a pretty affordable price, but it also says that this is made in China. China is one of those places that has the worst labor conditions for factory workers, especially in the textile and clothing industry. So one good way to check the ethical and sustainable practices of a brand is to check Good On You. It's an app and a website where you can search a brand and basically get a rating. If you search Brandy Melville, you will see that the brand received the lowest possible rating. There's no transparency about how or where the items are produced. Let's take a look at a better option. Here we have a $48 skirt from Los Angeles Apparel. This tennis skirt may be slightly more expensive, but for $22 extra, you can ensure that your skirt is made in the United States in a factory where everyone is paid a living wage. It's also 100% polyester. Even though polyester is a plasticky fabric that doesn't break down easily in a landfill, since it is 100% polyester, it could potentially be recycled. Next, we have these bike shorts from Free People. So Free People received a not good enough rating on Good On You. That's one step above Brandy Melville, but like it says here, Free People has not set concrete goals to reduce its environmental impact and does not communicate sufficient information about its labor policies. If you didn't know, Free People is owned by Urban Outfitters, and Urban Outfitters also has this second to last worst rating on Good On You. I've seen bike shorts on pretty much any fast fashion website you can imagine. I wanted to pick these out specifically to show that the ethical, sustainable option is sometimes cheaper than the original. $56 for these leopard print bike shorts. So my alternative here is these $32 leopard print bike shorts from Los Angeles Apparel. I specifically picked this option to show that you can buy sustainable versions of really trendy out there pieces. Next, we have a silk slip from Unif. So Unif is actually not listed on Good On You, probably because it's a slightly smaller company, but when I did a little research, I found this one person's blog. If there's a smaller brand that you're interested in finding out the ethical practices of, you can actually email them. That's what this person did here. This person rates Unif as questioning. It's hard to really know from a single email about their practices, but since Unif isn't really transparent about the way things are made on their website, it's fair to assume that there might be something slightly shady going on. Obviously, a lot of brands do these sort of silky crepe dresses. This Realm dress is $98. That's pretty expensive. As an alternative, I will show you this silk slip from a brand called Cezanne. So yes, this dress is $138, which is a bit more expensive than the Unif one. In contrast to the Unif dress, this Cezanne dress is actually silk, not polyester. It does biodegrade. Going back to Unif for a moment, I've seen this type of baby tee with a lettuce edge everywhere. These are $58, which is a little bit pricey for a regular t-shirt. But this really cute brand called Evewear, which is technically a pajama brand, makes a really similar ruffle hem tee that you could wear pretty much in the same context. It's $52, so again, slightly cheaper. And here on the product site, it shows you that Evewear is made in downtown LA. Beyond that, every piece is made from dead stock fabric. Fabric that would have been used by another company, but then ended up getting discarded. It's kind of like recycling. So I found this really cute jumpsuit. And Other Stories is H&M's sort of higher end brand that's part of the same conglomerate. Now, And Other Stories actually received the best rating out of all the brands I picked on Good On You, which kind of shocked me, but it says here, And Other Stories has some good standards on transparency, but has very few worker empowerment initiatives. It says nothing on the product page about how or where this garment is made. So instead of that jumpsuit, you could splurge for the Benny jumpsuit by Cezanne. It is $190, but Cezanne is very clear about their sustainable and ethical practices. Everything is made out of sustainable material. Everything is made within the European Union. You can click a link and learn about all the factories that produce their garments. In general, I just think they're doing a really good job of being transparent about their practices. Another adorable offender from And Other Stories are these pink twill pants. I did, however, find a nearly identical alternative on this website called Whimsy Row, which is, again, another sustainable brand. The last item I'll show you is this gorgeous silk wrap dress from Free People. Thankfully, this is 100% silk, unlike the other silk dress I showed you from Unif. However, this garment is a little bit expensive for a brand that is not doing the best in terms of ethics and sustainability. So instead of buying this $300 silk mini dress, you could buy the Whimsy Row option. This one is a maxi dress, but this one is only $168. Now, this is not genuine silk. This is actually 100% recycled rayon. Again, they use dead stock fabric at Whimsy Row. Rayon is technically a biodegradable material because it comes from plant matter. Basically, it's a shiny blush colored dress. I thought it was pretty comparable to the silk one, but this option is much more sustainable. Whether or not you feel like you could afford to make these purchases, I hope that this video informed you a little bit more about the sustainable brands out there. And again, if none of these brands are doing it for you, you can always check out secondhand clothing. A thrift haul is coming your way. See you in the next one.